entertainment, current events, and Hollywood. Don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today we have a very special guest.
Hi guys, my name is Leah Dibut. It's very nice to meet you and I'm very excited to be here with y'all.
Oh, me too. I'm excited to meet you as well. I read your bio and I was just like, wow, you accomplished so much and I just love just seeing women doing it. And you're from Florida, so of course automatic I'm like, of course I love my Floridians, of course. It's the best.
And support the ladies, of course.
That's right. That's
All
right.
about that as well.
You all about it, all about it. But I really love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life, our little habits we pick up along the way when we're kids. So tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like?
Yeah.
And where did you start to find, I guess, fall in love with music?
Yeah. Alrighty. So I would first like to start off with saying that I am Cuban. I'm Latina.
Hey, I'm my dad's side. I'm part Cuban. Oh, wow.
Oh, there
I'm
you
Cuban.
go.
Amazing. Hey, let's
So that's where I
go.
get a lot of, yes, that's where I get a lot of that song from. And I honestly started to fall in love with music at a very young age because my parents were salsa dancers. And I fell in love with salsa and just music. And at 6 or 7, I asked my parents for a karaoke machine.
Nice.
And I got it for Christmas. And from there on, I was just in love with music. You cannot separate the two of us. And when I was about 11 years old, I decided to make it real and just started to take vocal lessons and dance lessons. And that's truly like what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love that too, that your family was supportive. I feel like it's really important too to have that support system. It means the world, it goes you go far with that too.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like it's definitely a push for an artist. Like I wouldn't be here without my family supporting me 100%.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I want to get into your single, Thank You. And I listened to it, I bumped it, I played it on the speakers, and I was just like, I felt like I could go and run a marathon after listening to it.
That's the goal. That's the goal. I just want to inspire people with my music.
Absolutely. I felt empowered. I was like, all right, tell me a little bit about, what inspired it. And I mean, I think it's such a great way to start 2025.
Yes, thank you. So what inspired this record is actually very, very funny. I went through a series of events with one specific person that came into my life, in the music industry, and he wanted to sell me some dreams. And,
Mm.
let's just say that it didn't go well for the both of us, but I had really intense emotions while, all of that was kind of breaking through. And
Mhm.
I knew that in that moment, I needed to sit down and really, really sit down with my emotions and just write. Because I was like, damn, like I know this is gonna be a great and fire song. And honestly, what I just had in my head the whole time was I honestly just was thanking him for the whole situation
Mhm.
because it just grew some more tough skin on me and it was just one more thing on my resume and just one more struggle just to get to my dreams and yeah, I was just very grateful honestly mostly for the situation.
Absolutely. And it's so true. It's as much as we hate bad situations and tough times, but you're right, it does actually build such a toughness for us, and this
Exactly.
especially for this business that we're in. And I've been there, I feel you, I'm sure that, and as a beautiful woman like yourself, you have to, be careful. And I'm sure a lot of people want to sell your dreams, especially men in this business. So it's like, having, it's like, oh my gosh, you just want to be able to create and share your gift to the world. And it's like, why is this always this other stuff that comes with it? But it does, you keep kind of gives you like in a way where it's like now you're aware of that this stuff is out there.
Yep, exactly, exactly. And honestly, it's just like a learning. Honestly, I learned so much with this one person, but
Mm.
unfortunately, like he just couldn't connect with the artist.
Yeah, yeah.
And
His loss.
yeah, it just happens. And I just want to say out to the artists out there that it will happen. There are people out there in the music industry that are doing this still, and that it's okay. And you just have to learn to accept it and just keep on going and keep on
Mhm.
pushing.
That's right. That's right. I really like the sound too. I mean, when it was when you were creating this project, this song, did you already have kind of like sounds that you want? Because I mean, it's so cool. Like just I mean, just I heard so much in that. It made me feel like, I don't know, I just felt like I want to dance, but also I want to like go and tackle something I didn't do that last week. I'm like, I want to go back and get some work done. Like, is this so many emotions? But it was like good stuff. Like when it came to the R&B mixed with pop, and I love that raw emotion that you put behind it. What's your process like as an artist? What is that?
Yeah, so I have different processes. So it just depends on where my head is at and what I want to write about. So for example, if I want to write about something very serious, like for example, about my feelings or a song like this, I really just want to start with a some chords and a guitar. And that's how I started this song because I just wanted to write everything that I was feeling and just mush it into a song. Um, but when it's, some other type of song like a dance song or something more fun, I typically would want to have the beat ready just so that can inspire me for the lyrics. But this one came about with just three chords.
Wow.
And we made it happen and it came out as thank you. Yep.
Do you play any instruments at all?
I do not, but I do want to tackle the guitar or just the piano or something. I
Yeah.
want to something.
Just pop out and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So you mentioned, finding the right words for the song was a challenge. What was the hardest part of expressing those intense feelings for you?
I think it was that my head was just so cluttered with
Mhm.
so many ideas and things that I was like, how am I gonna fit this into like a 3-minute song? Like that
Mm-hmm.
was truly like the hardest part about writing this song because I wanted to say so many things and at the same time, keep it, business and respectful towards
Sure.
anybody.
Yeah.
So that I feel like that was definitely like the hardest part for me. Or
Okay, yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. I can imagine like I'm a filmmaker and I have at least an hour and something to make a feature. And sometimes that doesn't feel like it's enough time, but 3 minutes. It's like,
I
wow,
know. I
that's
know we
amazing.
tried.
But you did amazing. I like
Mm.
it just really you nailed it. And I think you have something awesome on your hands. I can't wait to, yeah, would come to one of your shows one
Oh
day.
my
It'd
God,
be
that would be
pretty
amazing.
amazing.
Actually, performing it's honestly one of my strongest, and like just in general in the artistry of all of this. So I would love for you to come to a performance of mine.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. How did you and your collaborators work together to shape the song into what it is today? What did they bring to the project that made it different for you?
Yeah. So the other person that wrote this with me, her name is Mickey Blue,
Oh, it's a
and
woman.
that's
Yes.
a woman, exactly. I was
Let's
trying to
go.
say. So, she's also in the music industry and she's a very, very good friend of mine. And, I was just telling her all the details and she was just like flabbergasted. And she was just like, yeah, like I've gone through this as well, so I know exactly how you feel. So I think that chemistry that we had, and we actually wrote this in my living room, which is the fun
Wow.
part too. So it was like therapy for both of us.
I love that.
And yeah, it was just that back and forth of what she felt and what I felt, and we were like, yes, like that's exactly how it was, and that's just how it kind of came about. And with the producing side, the producer, he's also a very, very good friend of mine, and I also co-produced it with him as well.
Nice.
So, we also have a great chemistry in the room. Like he can tackle different genres, and I think he can just understand me musically very, very well. So, yep.
No, I really love it. I love that. It was a part I think in the song where I think I hear a guy's voice. As there's a part where he's speaking a little bit, and it's like
Actually,
yeah, and it's like I think it was like a scripture from the Bible. Was it a quote
yes,
or something?
yes, yes. And that is actually me talking.
That's
And
you?
yeah, and we
No
took my
way.
voice.
I was like, what? Who's that talking? It just sound like it sound different.
I know that was like that was like the point. I wanted it to be a very impactful moment where people are like, whoa, 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 what is going on?
Yeah, I was like, is this God's voice speaking?
Yep, yep. So I was like, let's tweak my voice up. Let's make me sound like a dude. Like, I don't know, we gotta do
Wow.
something crazy. And the reason why I put that part in the song was because throughout this whole situation that was going on,
Mhm.
um I pretty much had my dreams and my values laid out on the table. And
Mm.
I was just there with God asking him like, listen, I will do whatever you tell me to do or what feels right. And just as the time went by, some stuff just started to unravel, and I think I was right, and I chose my values over my dreams on this one, and I feel like it's okay because I'm still going strong, and I'm still chasing that dream. So
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. You have no idea how happy that makes me feel because I've been there too where in the moment it feels so devastating to walk away from something that, it's literally right there at your fingertips. And when you choose integrity versus that, it's like you gotta because as we see with time and time again from different artists who maybe really really high up and then they fall really far down and then something happens and come out later and you're like, yeah, I think I'd rather just have the dignity part. It's better. It seems like it's you know like, man, having dignity sometimes it's like, oh, it's tough, but I do believe that God sees all of that.
Exactly. And you know what? My relationship with God is very, very strong. And I
Absolutely.
haven't gone this far to just, F it up, just to say
That's
like
right. Absolutely. I love that. I love that this song you talk about resilience and self-love. How does that message connect to your personal journey over the last few years for yourself?
Honestly, I've had so much love in my life, um,
Good.
from my family, and that's all I know,
Mhm.
So when to correlate it to this song, like when all of this was kind of happening, it was like a knife to my heart. I was like, oh my God, like I didn't know like people could be this cruel.
Mm.
And I've just always been so kind I don't know, like I've always known my family and my friends and just always being very uplifted and happy and supportive, so when I was kind of just thrown out there into the lions, it was a little crazy, but we're good. We're good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, you got tough skin. You're made for it, Absolutely.
Exactly.
I love what you said and I read too about the visual part that your mom, I think, helped with the visuals. You and your mom came up with some visual concepts.
Yes.
And yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, and I would also like to mention that we also worked with a director. Her name is Valeria Sid.
Nice.
And she's also very dope and had a huge part in, just creating a storyline for the video in itself. But everything else, the place, the outfits, just the person that was there, which the male uh person, we
Mhm.
went to high school together, and that
Oh,
was
lovely.
a cool chemistry moment too. It was just super dope. But I love that this video, when I look at it, I just think about my mom and I, and we're just like picking outfits from my closet, her closet. We're going to the stores back and forth, and I just feel so proud that we made this together.
That's
Because
beautiful.
my mom is my best friend, and I share everything with her. And the fact that
Oh,
I'm also sharing my career with her, that just means the world. And we're just like the best partners. And yeah, yeah.
that's beautiful. Yeah, and it's like I think the video is inspired by the Roaring Twenties. And can you
Yeah.
share more about why you chose that time period for your video style?
Honestly, I think it's more so like in the modern times, but I want to show like how different I can bring it. You
Yeah.
know? I honestly just wanted to be like very different. I wanted to like have a place that people like usually wouldn't go for. I wanted to wear outfits that people wouldn't usually wear,
I
you know.
see.
So I think that really was the inspiration to the video for sure.
Nice, nice, nice. So, there's a lot of people that like a lot of artists that I talk to, and people say, I want to go mainstream. I want to, and you hear about that, but you hear also when they go mainstream, and not all artists, but you hear about, it's always a middleman and stuff. So when you're independent, you have more creative freedom, but I mean, it's always good to have a team, of course. But as an independent artist, as yourself, how do you balance the artistry? um Sorry, the you rebranded as an independent artist after your time with a record company, right? But what did you learn from during that time with labels that helped you in your current phase of your career?
Yeah. I think what I've learned, just being in those two spaces was definitely that I'm the first one that needs to put in the work and needs to, say like this is what I want and I want to do it like this and just put your foot down, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody else is really gonna do it for you. I think that's definitely the biggest lesson in both areas, like
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Like as yes, I do have my mom, and she's very supportive, but at the end of the day, like I have to be the first one to really have like the passion and the
Yeah,
drive to just do it, and just take action. I think that was a very big lesson that I learned for sure.
absolutely. No, yeah, I love that because Chance the Rapper did it, and all these people that so it is possible to reach new heights and not
Yeah.
just go because it's like not like nowadays music, how we consume music is different. It's online, it's TikTok, it's social media. There's
Yeah.
so many outlets, right? And we're all it's like right there, online versus back then when our parents were growing up, it was not that easy to get, an audience. So it's
Exactly. Exactly.
such a good time now. I love asking this question, and there's no wrong answer. But the three levels of influence:
Mhm,
money,
mhm,
power, and
mhm,
respect. And if you could choose only one of those things, which
mhm.
one would you choose and why?
I would honestly choose respect just because respect is very much earned and it could be taken in a blink of an eye. And
Mm,
I'm all about respect. I'm all about respecting others, and I hope people respect me back. But that I would definitely choose the respect.
Love that. No, that's great. I love that. How do you feel about AI? Nowadays everyone's like, "Oh my God, don't use it," or some people feel like and I understand why to some
Yeah,
degree, but I do also see the pros in AI. Or how do you feel about it as far as like artistry?
that's like that's what we call un cuchillo de doble filo. It's like there's obviously a pros and cons to it. I'm not against it at all, actually.
Mhm.
I feel like, so I would use AI a lot, um, in a positive way, obviously, but I feel like it could be dangerous in some ways just because right now, AI is stealing voices and, making songs in itself and whatnot. But I feel like soon enough we'll create some laws to, kind of control the whole situation, hopefully. But
Yeah.
I genuinely love AI. I feel like it's such a great creative just if you use it right, you will be fine. And I feel like it's a great tool to use 100%. And at the end of the day, we have to keep moving and growing because if we stay behind, then we'll be behind, you
It's
know?
true.
So I feel like we just need to be on top of the ball game and we'll be fine, honestly.
I love that. I love that. You said that you want to be a voice for your listeners. How do you connect with fans, and what kind of relationship do you hope to build with them moving forward?
Yeah, the way I love to connect with them is just being raw and vulnerable on my socials.
Hmm.
I love to show my day-to-days, like the struggle and what I need to go through as an artist and, just being relatable for them. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it really just connects me like so much. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're right because you kind of and it's so true when you think about it because when I look at a Beyonce on social media, it's like that's you feel that you don't really feel so connected because it feels unattainable
Yes.
versus someone who's showing you not just their highlight reel because I feel like Instagram or social media does seem like a highlight reel. They don't see the work, the hard work that goes into it. I think people want to see the human, the vulnerable, like you said, the vulnerable side of kind of the struggle of what you know artistry is and creative being a creative is.
The realness, honestly, it's I just
Yeah.
want to draw. I love BTS content. I've
Yeah.
just been a sucker for anybody, and that's been like an influence. I've always loved the BTS content off of them. So like why shouldn't I do that for my fans, you know? So it's kind of like, I need to work real hard for my stuff as well, just as much as
Yeah.
you guys do, you know? So it's
Yeah. And that's real because a lot of people really feel like it's what you put out is like, oh wow, you look like that 24/7 or
no.
oh wow, you it's like I woke up like this, it's like come on, are you serious? Like it's like also we do like to not do this, but it's a job. That's the thing
Yep.
about putting yourself
It's
out there.
it's a 24/7 job. And then
Ooh,
that's what people kind sometimes don't understand.
yeah,
I am constantly on my phone and just like searching for the next big thing to just do.
yeah.
And yeah, and that's just the life of the artist and I love it and I'm so grateful to just be here.
How do you balance it though, the artistry life and to have that kind of um to kind of step away from it or to kind of get some peace
Yeah.
from that life.
So I am very, very big on personal growth. If I am not growing every single day, I know I will fall behind
Mhm.
eventually. I need to take care of my mental health because, we all know that this industry has its highs and it has its lows. So
Yeah,
I think taking care of my brain and body is honestly a very big priority to really just making it as well in this industry, you know? So yeah, I feel like those two things are definitely the formulas for me.
I love that. Yeah, do you feel like I was watching something and I was watching something about I think it was she's a motivational speaker and she was just talking about how there's a now more than ever all these women we're stepping into our power and and not apologizing for it, which I love. I'm all about that.
Of course.
um
I think we
uh,
were here a long time ago.
huh, that
I
again.
feel like I think we were meant to be here a long time ago, honestly.
Absolutely, it's like what took us so long, about time, right?
Exactly. And I'm glad to be living in this era right now,
Oh
honestly.
my God, me too. I don't think I could make it back in the day. I just
Oh
like, oh God, this is not good. Like when women didn't have rights, like
my
what?
God, no, I don't know. I don't know. Just being Cuban, I don't know.
I know. Oh my God. It
Yeah.
it's insane. And even that, it's just like we've come a long way, but do you feel like as in the music world, women artists and just creatives are getting a fair shot in the entertainment world? Or
I
do you think
think
there's a lot more work to be done?
I think we really are putting our foot down right now, honestly. Like I see so much women empowerment and so many women just being successful and winning Grammys here and winning an Emmy here and it's just like women, women, women now and I love it. Like I can't get enough of it, honestly. But I also do truly believe that there's still some old school souls out there, in the music industry still.
Hmm.
And we just gotta see and wait, like if we can finally get our power and the respect and recognition that we truly deserve, honestly. But I feel like we're heading in the right direction, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you feel like do you feel like women well obviously it's something that it's the entertainment business and I think for sometimes I think people think that I'm a man hater but because I'm so like in favor of women and
No,
it's not
that
that.
doesn't mean that. It's definitely not that.
Right, it's not that. We love men. We love you guys, but
Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't be here without y'all, you know?
Right. But I just feel like I feel like a lot of times, I feel like there's these, yes, we could talk about these things and do it, but I feel like the real change is when we see these women in these CEO positions, right? And being able to do the hiring and being able to have, like I was talking to someone who's in the entertainment world, and she was like, I wish I could have the all women's crew. I'm like, actually, you can. Like you
I feel
actually
like
can.
look, Karol G actually, she has a whole female, team and
Yeah,
band and everything, So I feel like
yeah,
that's so, to just say and to just do. So I feel
absolutely.
like again, yeah, like we definitely are moving ahead, I feel like.
Absolutely. I have a fun question for you. If
Hit
you
me.
can have if you can have coffee
Mhm.
with any artist, living or dead, who would it
Ooh.
be and what would you ask on this coffee date?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh my God, you put it so hard. I I feel like it would be Celia Cruz, honestly.
Mm,
Love Celia Cruz. Like
love that.
her whole vibe was just so dope, and like she's a really big inspiration to me. And one thing I would ask her, hmm, let's see. One thing I would ask her, I feel like it would, hmm, I guess how was it to be a woman in her time, in
Yeah,
the music industry? Now that we're talking about it, honestly, I really would because it really wasn't an easy time at all. Those were like the 50s, 60s.
yeah.
So I would definitely ask her, like, please tell me your experience because I know it has to be completely different from what you see now. So two different eras and that she's lived by. And I would honestly be curious to just see how she was treated, and being
Hmm.
Black at the same time,
Right,
So
right.
those two things were already controversial.
Oh
So
yeah.
definitely those two questions would be dope to ask her. And so I just
Oh,
have a Cuban coffee, un
yeah.
cotadito.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't. I gotta, when I come to Florida, I gotta come hit you up and get some Cuban coffee. That
Oh
sounds good.
yeah, you already know. I got
That
you.
sounds good. If you could host your dream concert anywhere in the world, where
Okay.
would it be and who would be one on the lineup with you?
Oh, okay. Well, definitely Miami.
Hey, that's right.
It's gotta
That's
be
right.
Miami for me. I
Best one.
represent Miami all the way. And the lineup would be so fire. Like it would be my whole playlist, honestly. My playlist is all over the place as well. There's Spanish, English, there's European. No, no, no. But honestly, I love Karol G. I already mentioned her once in
Yeah.
this podcast, but I love her. Like she just brings that energy. I love Ray. Like I would honestly do like a festival type of thing.
Yeah, like a Coachella
So,
kind of thing.
yeah, like I don't know if you heard what Adele did. I don't know where it was, but if she did like a festival type concert for like a whole month, and it was like so dope, and I was just like, whoa, like I would love to do something like that. It's so different.
Oh, like the
And
Resin Street. It was like a dome, and like she was like walking around and singing to everybody. Like it's like an intimate space. Yeah, I saw.
Actually, that's the Vegas one, but she did like outside one, and you have to see that. It was
Oh,
just like super different. Like I was like, wow, like it was like a town. Like she did, they created a whole town
oh
for her concert.
wow.
Yeah, it was like super super cool. I was like, whoa, this has never really been done like that. Like for just one artist, like so that was really really dope. I recommend that you go search that up.
I will actually. I'm gonna check that one out.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Um, in this business, it could be definitely up and down, and there's a lot to sometimes, sometimes you don't feel creative. Have you ever been in those moments where you're like, you know what, I'm done doing music? Have you ever like doubted the journey?
Actually, it happened with this one situation with Thank You.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that moment I was like, whoa, like so is this it? Like, you know what I mean? Like is this where I'm heading to? But I just realized like first I love music too much to just let it go just like because of one person like that.
Right.
And two, that I've already met so many amazing individuals in this business that like I was just like, no, like what are you thinking? It just crossed my mind and I was like very, very let down and my light was a little dimmed, but I definitely had a moment where I was like, no, girl, you can't do that to yourself or the people that actually do believe in you as well.
Yeah.
So yes, I have had that very low.
Yeah. I'm glad you kept going because you have a great gift to give to the world. And thank you for finding in you to keep going. Seriously. Um,
Thank you.
what advice would you give to those that are trying to get in this business or even going through a tough time?
Just to expect the hard times and to just keep growing yourself as an individual so that it makes it easier to go through those hard times. Um, I think just trusting yourself as well as an artist and knowing that you have so much room and space to grow because sometimes we feel like this little piece of like when we're starting out like you're in a room with really big people and then you feel like this little thing that still hasn't really blossomed yet, but I just want you to know that those people that were big were also you in the
Yeah.
beginning. And that's definitely one of the advices I would definitely say because I've felt very insecure in those rooms before, and now realizing that like these people were that insecure person as well, that it's okay. And you need to go through that process in order to really tell your story in the end. So yeah.
Love that. Great advice. Great advice. What's next for you in your music career? How does the release of Thank You mark the beginning of a new chapter in your journey?
Yeah. So I have a few things coming out actually.
Ooh.
And actually tomorrow, well tonight, I'm releasing the acoustic version to Thank You.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah. I love this version. It's honestly very dope. Not everybody's in love on Valentine's Day, so I wanted to like have them in their feels and stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, I am so alone.
Oh my goodness.
I'm joking. It's
Oh,
okay.
I got you. Oh my goodness. And then what was the very last question? I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Yeah. And how does the release of Thank You mark the beginning of this new chapter in your journey?
Oh my goodness. I just feel like it marks it by being real. I just want
Mm,
to be the realest artist out there. I want to talk about real peace.
yeah.
I want to talk about real stuff out there. And this is honestly like my second song that I've released that I felt is very, very real. And that's all
Mm.
I want to give out. That's really all I want to give out into the world.
I love that. I was talking to someone on this show, and she's an empowerment coach, and it was amazing interview. And she was talking about when you choose you and that self-love. And some people might look at it as selfish, or some people might say, oh, well, you can't just love yourself, but it's actually when you choose you and you choose your happiness and all what happens is that love that you because how can you love or give something to the world and you don't love and have that for yourself? You have to water that seed. You have to water your own garden in order to it to beam out.
Yep. Yep.
So
I am a
it's
firm believer of that.
a
Very firm.
absolutely. And seriously, I'm just so happy to hear this song, and thank you for sharing it with the world in such an important time right now. I think with all this is happening around the world and around us, we need something like this to empower us and keep us focused. So
So
thank
much,
you.
so much to me, honestly. Like as an artist, this is all I want to hear. So thank
Absolutely,
you.
absolutely. Where can people find you on social media to follow everything you got going on?
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Leah Dibut on every single platform. And how you spell it is Leah.Dibut. I know it's a little cray-cray, but
I love it.
that's yep. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.